So there was a video of her, of Rachel, kind of breaking down. I don't know if she was being interviewed or if it was another.
It was one
Uh,
of her ad prompt videos,
it was an ad prompt video,
but it's an old one.
and it's an old one, a couple years ago,
Yeah,
and she's comparing herself. Give us some more info on that. Go ahead.
yeah. I have the thing up right now. You see it? So basically, during the video, she basically compared herself to the winged victory, which is the Greek goddess statue. To everyone's who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. Uh, kind of saying that her retractors will still come to see her and support her, even though she may fall. She will rise again
Hmm.
from the ashes.
Well, I mean, look, it's a grandiose statement. Again, this is a young woman who was certainly has gone through a process of maturation, right? Because the very fact that she at least has toned down a lot of her comments, and again, I don't think "Free Palestine" is a comment that's worthy of attack, right? But has toned down a lot of her very immature comments. Like, I think this is an immature comment. I don't think this is the kind of comparison you want to make. Is a process of maturation, and I think we human beings have to be allowed to have that. Certainly when we're 18 to 25, because I remember I had a lot of beliefs and a lot of big mouth when I was 18 to 25 that I didn't stick to as I got older.
Yeah, and you see a lot of that stuff also, like with early actors that had
Mhm.
that little bit of, uh, should we say, interesting starts. I
Mhm.
think Shia LaBeouf was like that, and you have Ezra Miller, who have like contentious,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
I gotta say, and I know you're not doing that, Fletcher. But I hear a lot of people using within the same breath, comparing Ziegler's behavior with Ezra's behavior. That's really disgusting. And I'm not saying you're doing that at all. I'm like, why are they even in the same sentence? I mean, this guy's done, illegal behavior. He's physically harmed people on camera. I mean, whatever, and where Ziegler's just run off on the mouth, man. I don't think that's fair, Fletcher. Do you?
I think it's like I said before, freedom of speech is what would you say? You Once you step in the arena, once you set yourself out there, once you turn on the camera, once you put out yourself to saying, "Hey, let's say something or have an opinion." I mean, like Mr. Pasha said earlier, you have people out there who basically just stand there with a photographed, and you get berated. Didn't say anything, just put out a photograph. It's just you open yourself to. There's like people who put themselves out there. Like I saw recently, somebody lost some weight and they posted a picture with somebody who other people are contentious about, and they
Mm.
were just scorned for losing weight. And you're like, you once you're in the Interflex, it's the Interflex. You're gonna get roasted, no
Can
matter
you
what.
can you read a little bit more of the comparison? Like, can you scroll up? This looks interesting.
Sure. So I guess this is the context. Ms. Zegler, who plays my wife in this Disney film, faced criticism after the movie's release. In the comparison, Zegler used Winged Victory of Samothrace, a renowned ancient Greek statue housed in the Louvre, as a metaphor for resilience in the face of adversity. The statue, also known as Nike of Cemeteries, depict the goddess victory and lighting on the prow of worship. The Louvre, the Winged Victory, is prominently exhibited in the Louvre, world famous museum in Paris. By comparing himself to the Winged Victory, Segler seemed to suggest that even if something starts in pieces or face criticism, it can still be admired and appreciated.
I gotta say, um, we'll see in years to come. People lined up to see her in Romeo and Juliet. They're buying tickets to see her in Evita. Snow White, not so much, but that's probably, that's.
Well, what that links to, just again, this is not about their politics. It's about where they are professionally
Yeah.
and their support. So I think Rachel Ziegler is actually going to be fine. I actually think she's going to be fine even in Hollywood. And I think the fact, despite this producer's son ungraciously attacking her for his father's failure to make the movie work, right? I think she's actually going to be fine. I think she's going to continue to have. I think Broadway will continue to be a solid base for her to come back. But I,
100%.
and Gal Gadot, right, who I loved in Wonder Woman. I thought she was superb in the first Wonder Woman. She has a limited range, and she needs a really good director and a really good script to bring out that range. I don't think she got that in Snow White. I thought she was fine playing the one note of the villainous, queen, but her singing was terrible.
Come on, man. Come on. You're being nice because she looked good. She was terrible.
Fine. It wasn't a great performance. Okay,
I never once believed she was evil, and she's the evil queen.
She's the thing is this, she's, and certainly you see the comparison with Rachel's. Like I said, I was disappointed.
Now,
by
if
the
they
movie.
had your girl Mikey in that role,
Mikey could have done it. She plays evil and crazy very well, right? And I hear
she's great. She's great.
She's
I've come around.
See, we got you there. But compared, I think Gadot is in trouble professionally after Snow White. Setting aside the politics of it, I think that she was already in trouble after the Wonder Woman franchise flamed out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's lost all the stuff she was developing, including Cleopatra. That's all kind of gone away, right? And she's been returning back full circle to the job that my managers got her before she fired them, which was Fast and the Furious, right? And so she's going back to being like, third banana in Fast and the Furious, right? I think that's about where she's going to be, and she's going to maybe do some smaller stuff on Netflix movies and things like that. I think Zegler is going to have the longer career here. Just no politics there, just professionally and talent-wise. Zegler is going to come out of this stronger, and Gadot will not.
Why? I totally agree with you. But people not in the business, with the big channels and the big this and that, why does that shock them when we say that?
It shocks them.
It shocks them that what? What do you mean Gal's not going to have a longer career? What do you mean Zegler is going to have a longer career? She's done. I'm like, no, you don't get it. You don't get.
Well, but those people in general, they're not tapped into Hollywood. They're not even tapped into reality. So, her career has been failing. And again, this is not about her politics. It's about her career and her talent and what she can do. And Wonder Woman 84 was a piece of garbage. It was a garbage film, right? And
she's just been in a lot of stuff. Was it Red Notice?
Yeah.
These other things where she's just not good. But that's okay. She can do her limited Keanu Reeves type of, roles because Keanu's very limited in his acting. Gina Carano is very limited in there, but they have their niche. They could do really well. That's cool. Zegler, and I was on Doomcock 2 nights ago, and he always invites me. God bless Doomcock.
Give him my regards.
And when I said, because we're ripping apart the movie, and I didn't like the film either. But then I said, however, I truly believe Zegler is a cabaret, the musical Cabaret, performance away from winning an Oscar. It was crickets. Because there's something about her talent to where, like Eliza Minnelli, Liza doesn't work in regular movies, but you give her a movie where she sings and acts and the character's unsteady and over the top, you'll win the award, like Cabaret. Zegler is a cabaret performance from winning an Oscar. I truly believe that.
I mean, look, her performance of Snow White is great, based on a mediocre script, and she threw her heart into it, and the singing is beautiful. It's beautiful singing, right? And so if you can, the test of someone of their talent is when you're in a bad movie and you shine. I'll give you an example.